Now, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is in China for the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit. The SCO is part of the multinational platforms where India shares the stage with regional and global powers. Compared to G7's focus on advanced economies and the BRICS' broader economic and political goals, SCO offers a different platform, with its focus on regional cooperation, security, and anti-extremism. Now, right before the SCO Summit, PM Modi will be holding a bilateral meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping, which will be followed by a reception. Now, the SCO offers a forum for engagement and facing regional security threats like terrorism, separatism, and extremism, especially in South and Central Asia. Well, for India, it is the most relevant platform to present its stance on terrorism compared to the G7 or BRICS, as Pakistan also is a member of the SCO bloc. Now, SCO, with its focus on the East, also presents an alternative to the dominance of Western point of view. While India, China, and Russia, the three leading members of the organization, are also part of the BRICS bloc, the SCO represents a more focused and localized platform for regional security concerns. The SCO also provides a stage for economic and global powers like Russia and India, who are not part of the G7 bloc. However, the SCO is not always a grouping for allies. The group has many regional rivalries like India and Pakistan, India and China, Iran and Pakistan. The disparities in national interests among members can hinder cohesive decision-making. Also, unlike the BRICS bloc or the G7, the SCO lacks a comprehensive, integrated economic agenda and significant economic clout on a global scale. Now, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is, of course, in China for the Shanghai Cooperation Organized Summit. Now, this SCO is part of a multinational platform where India shares the stage with regional and global powers, when compared to the G7's focus on advanced economies and the BRICS' broader economic and political goals. Now, SCO offers a different platform with its focus on regional cooperation, security, and anti-extremism. Now, right before the SCO Summit, PM Modi will be holding a bilateral meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping, which will be followed by a reception. Now, just to give an overview, the SCO offers a forum for engagement and facing regional security threats like terrorism and separatism, as well as extremism, especially in South and Central Asia. And for India, it is the most relevant platform to present its stance on terrorism compared to G7 or BRICS. And this is because Pakistan is also a member of the SCO bloc. An SCO with a focus on the East also presents an alternative to the dominance of the Western point of view. While India, China, and Russia, the three leading members of the organization, are also part of the BRICS bloc, the SCO presents a more focused and localized platform for the region's security concerns. And the SCO also provides a stage for economic and global powers like Russia and India, who are not part of the G7 bloc. Now, however, the SCO is not always a grouping for allies. The group has many regional rivalries like India versus Pakistan, India versus China, and Iran versus Pakistan. All right, well, joining us live from the city of Tianjin at the heart of the summit venue is our assistant editor for foreign affairs, Sidhan Sibbu. Sidhan, thank you so much for joining us. If you could just bring us, the mood of from the ground there, and also give us the significance of this big meet that we are going to be witnessing in just over an hour or a couple of hours after.
Well, yes, I'm here at the SCO Summit venue, and the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Chinese President Xi Jinping are all set to meet in a short while from now. Now, this is a significant meeting, the second meeting between the two leaders since the Kazan meeting, and both sides are working towards a reset in the relationship, whether it's people-to-people relationship, starting direct flight connectivity between the two countries, focus on issuance of more visas to Chinese nationals, And of course, this meeting coming in the backdrop of Donald Trump's tariffs, and that has been a concern both for New Delhi and for Beijing. In fact, we know that the SCO Summit that happens tomorrow will see gathering of almost 20 world leaders, and this is something that Washington will be watching carefully. Now, we know that the SCO grouping is a grouping which is almost a 2-decade-old grouping, but India became member just in last decade, and focus from India's side is on regional cooperation, on connectivity, on the issue of counterterrorism as well. In fact, India in the past has several times talked about one particular issue, that is the Chahabar port project. This is a project in Iran, and remember that Iran has been the latest member of the SCO grouping. In fact, Iran became the member of the SCO grouping during the Indian chairship of the SCO grouping. So it will be a packed 48 hours here in Tianjin, where I am standing.
All right, of course. And as you mentioned, it is, of course, a platform where India gets to be discussing a lot more about terrorism as well and extremism. And this all comes in the backdrop of course, the tariffs, the Trump tariffs that we're looking at. So what kind of things do you think we can expect on that front?
Well, on the issue of terrorism and tariffs, both will be key priority at the summit, and also when it comes to India's engagements with the world leaders. Now let's start with the issue of terrorism. Now we saw the Pahalgam terror attack in India, in the aftermath of which India launched its counter-terror operation, Operation Sindoor, and India will be hopeful to get more support at this body. In fact, ahead of the summit, we saw the MEA officials talking about the three dangers: separatism, extremism, and terrorism, and that has been essentially the motto of the SCO grouping. The second, of course, remains on the issue of tariffs. Now, tariffs has been a global issue. It's a concerning issue for New Delhi. It's a concerning issue for Beijing. It's a concerning issue for Tokyo. And we know that for Asia to come together, that has been a rallying point, essentially. Japan has been concerned about it. China has been concerned about it. India has been concerned about it. India has been imposed 50% tariffs, of which 25% tariffs are just because India imports energy, Russian energy, and this is something that has been highlighted by the Trump administration. But all in all, we'll get to know the final results or the outcomes from the big summit tomorrow evening from Tianjin, and the developments from Tianjin essentially are something that are being watched both in Brussels and in Washington. So I can sum up by telling you one thing, that all roads today lead to Tianjin, and every major global capital is right now watching what's happening in this very city in China.
Absolutely, Siddhant. Thank you so much for summarizing the whole issue. Of course, all eyes on Tianjin. Thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. Of course, we'll be keeping up with all the updates from you as we go forward.